Hi, I'm James, and welcome to my PhD interview and proposal. Little video for you, just to answer a few questions I feel that you guys may want to know about, just really getting to know me, really. So, I'm coming to you from my office. In my home, as you can see, there is a array of books, three shelves worth, in fact, all on sports science, strength conditioning, and exercise nutrition and performance nutrition. This area has pretty much been my life. To be fair, I've dedicated my whole life to sport and exercise science as well as academic and working. So hopefully you enjoy this video and you'll learn a little bit about me and the reasons why I think you should take me on as part of your PhD team. So firstly about me then. Now, as you see, I'm James. From a young age, I have been interested in sports, fitness, health, nutrition, and all our disciplines combined, and what I've learnt about as I've grown older and been through a number of academic institutions. So the reason why I got interested in this area, because as a child I was born with Vaquero syndrome. That's a number of body abnormalities where doctors used to tell me that I would never be able to take part in physical activity or play sport. One bad tackle, one bad movement would then cripple me for my life. I took that as, okay, challenge accepted, watch me. Since then, I've had an internal drive to be successful in anything to do with sport, fitness, health, training, all aspects. This led me on to doing a BMET, not BMET, a BTEC at college, where I studied sports coaching and development and fitness. From there, I went on to do a BSc in sports studies, where the lecturer then, Dr. Michael Duncan, invited me onto the brand new MSc in strength conditioning at Coventry University. Upon completing that, I just generated a internal need and drive to learn more and gain more knowledge in this area, especially linking anything that I could to improve optimum performance of athletes, especially with the current ones I'm working with. So after completing the MSc, I took on the challenge to complete also a PG diploma in performance nutrition through the Institute of Performance Nutrition with Dr. Lauren Bannock. Upon completing this, my drive for learning more information, gaining more information, just excelled even further. From there, I completed my ISAC level 1 and I became SENA accredited. In terms of my interest myself, very much into the gym, doing weights, very much into running. I've competed in a few marathons with a current PB time of 1 hour 30. I strive to try and beat that record, hopefully within the next year or so, as I complete further half marathons and maybe even strive towards doing a marathon in the future. So, potentially question number 2. What made me choose to do a PhD? Well, I enjoy learning and I enjoyed my degrees and I enjoyed challenging myself independently as a researcher. I'm effective as part of a team, but also I'm really effective as being independent. I'm accountable for what I do and I hold myself to that. I have that internal drive to be able to push through the physical and psychological barriers in order to get the job done. I'm also passionate about sport as a whole in general. A lot of my career has been based around strength conditioning and nutrition in the industry, especially in the field of football and taekwondo, where I feel that the current PhD project sits and links in really nicely in terms of energy availability and relative energy deficiencies in sports, especially within the athletes I work with, because a lot of them are female athletes and especially weight making athletes. Currently, my female athlete has a European gold medal in Taekwondo in the under 60 category, which I helped her achieve. And most recently, I've taken on another client who I've just helped achieve 2 British national gold medals as well. So, no potential question. What do I plan to do after I complete the PhD? Well, I feel the PhD can open up a number of windows, opportunities to help me further develop myself as a researcher. I currently orally lecture in further education. I lead the sport and exercise science pathway at Sandwell College. However, I want to strive to do what you guys do. I want to be in higher education, lecturing within big theatres, big classrooms, conferences, and doing what you guys do. It's my passion to just inspire and provide brand spanking new information for the field. I'm happy to do other opportunities and explore other outcomes. I'll keep on working with the professional athletes I am working with already, and I'm happy to go into professional football clubs. I've been into a number already to further assist with their players and build a specific and holistic nutritional intervention based on their playing position. So, what are my strengths and weaknesses? Well, I believe one of my strengths is that I am ruthlessly hardworking and I am extremely resilient. The words give up just don't come into my vocabulary. I feel that having this internal drive will help me push through the weight and expectation of what a PhD does entail. At the end of the day, a PhD is pretty much like a sprint without a finish line. Hopefully there's a finish line at the end of it. We get to be published and go in journals and then expand within our careers, but it is extremely full on and difficult, but I'm very much up for that challenge. One of my weaknesses is probably my academic writing. If I'm being completely honest, I'm dyslexic. Not that that's an excuse or anything like that, but after meeting with the supervisor team, I do feel that this team can help me further develop my academic writing, so I'm pretty confident that I can improve that weakness. Any potential training that I may need on the job, I did do SPSS as part of my master's degree, so I'm pretty well versed on that. However, that was in 2016, so a refresher wouldn't harm. As part of the project, we're going to be using the ActiHeart and ActiGraph technology. Probably could do some training with that. That's technology I've not used before, so could probably do some on that there. So why this project? Well, I'm generally interested in this area. I'm enthusiastic and I'm passionate about exercise science and improving health of the athlete first and foremost, and optimum performance. I want to specialise in this area. I want to be one of the go-to people in this area that athletes come and seek out. I want to be able to support current academics and up-and-coming practitioners going into this discipline as well with brand new research. What makes me a good candidate for this PhD? Well, as mentioned before, I've dedicated my life to sport, health, fitness, nutrition, exercise science. I've also developed further disciplines that link into this, like sports massage and rehabilitation. I really enjoy the area. I enjoy learning about this project. I'm quite happy to read endless amounts of journals, listen to them verbally on my phone. When I'm driving to work, I stick podcasts on about sports science and nutrition. I put the Bookshelf app on and have the voice on there read out loud on the speakers in the car. I just want to know as much as I can about this area so that I can improve and pass on this knowledge on to future practitioners or future students that I'm working with in the current and near future. So what difficulties do I expect to encounter during this project? Recently, through delving into the literature and all the reading, I have noticed that a lot of the current projects are quite short term. They're done over a space of a week or a tournament. So is this really conclusive in terms of the overall evidence to back up, is the athletes in true low energy availability based on their energy intake and energy outcome? Or is it just because they're being watched that week and maybe they're not eating as much because they don't want to show they eat too much? So I think a longer term study over a season would show a good bulk of evidence as to why this possibly could be and what measures and guidance we can put in place in order to help these athletes have optimum energy for optimum performance. Ideally, I want to help players like in teams like England go and win the World Cup. I want to win gold medals in the Olympics and the Commonwealth. I want to take further athletes to international world tournaments and win gold medals. I've also noted that a lot of the studies that do have some information about the intake and expenditure of calories and carbohydrates within their study. They had the raw data, but they just haven't reported it in the study, and it's quite difficult to get that raw data. I have emailed the researchers, currently not had anything back, still waiting on that, but hopefully that does come through within the next few days or near future. What would I like the impact of this project to be? Well, I'm keen to share my passion. I once got described as a bottle of fizzy pop that had been shaken and shaken and shaken and then opened and sprayed everywhere, because that's how passionate I am about this area. I want to share the information with future practitioners and athletes and the wider audience. I want to be able to go to conferences and present this as up and coming and brand new information and literature. I want to get published, so ideally this PhD will go into a number of academic journals, journals from conditioning, sports science, nutrition, metabolism. I want to be able to keep athletes on the pitch, on the court, on the track, or on the mat healthily, not having to go to extreme rep measures to make weight. And so that's ultimately the impact I feel that I can make with this. How will I fund this project? Well, it'll be self-funded. I've been saving for a very, very long time. This wasn't just a spontaneous thing that I decided to go and do. I've been saving for a good few years in order to go towards doing a PhD. So I know the money's already in place and it's already banked in a safe area. I'm ready to go. Why have I chosen to study a PhD at this university? Well, there was a number of reasons, to be fair. I mean, I did look at a few other universities. I've spoken to a few of the lecturers at other universities, and as part of doing the PG diploma with Institute of Performance and Nutrition, I got to actually meet face-to-face and speak to other lecturers regarding their PhDs that they offer at the universities. So again, this wasn't an impulse decision. I've done my academic and my educated research for this. However, I do feel that the department at Worcester University allows growth. It gives people the opportunity to improve. I was also really impressed with the compassion, the empathy that the principal of the university showed during the COVID-19 pandemic and what it did for the local areas. So that holds weight. That shows a lot to me in terms of what other universities did during that unfortunate event. Finally, as well, Matt has an extensive CV of knowledge and experience in nutrition. So I feel that I can learn a lot from him, and I feel that he can bring a lot to this PhD and this field in itself. Jess as well, she's already made loads of positive points and marks on the project already, which have been improved and already improved my academic writing. Being dyslexic herself as well, she knows what it's like being able to write academically with having this learning difficulty. So I think that's a good match there too. What can I bring to this research group? Passion, drive, enthusiasm, accountability, discipline, extreme hard work. I'll bring all of that to the table, as well as expertise within the industry. I've worked in this industry for many, many years. I've worked with a number of athletes over the past 10, 15 years as well. So I can bring that into the department and share that with potential up-and-coming students as well. Currently I already work within further education, so I've been teaching there and leading that department now for a good 3-4 years. So, I bring a lot to the table in respect of that there. I want to be able to go and give guest lecturing at the university, if at all possible, given the opportunity to do that. I'm happy to help out with open events and open days, and maybe come and do a little bit of testing that needs to be in terms of skin fold calibration. I'm also skilled and very useful in terms of using bioelectrical impedance. I own one of them myself, which I use a fair bit with my athletes and clients around running my own fitness business on the side of this too. So hopefully you've enjoyed this bit of a verbal interview at the start of this presentation. Now I'll show you the rest of my research proposal, and sit back and enjoy. Thank you.